Good evening, everyone, and we'll wait for some people to come in because I'm sure we're not going to be pouring with people right away since it's been a little while since we've done one of these. But Hidden, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good stuff. I did post it in the Discord. I don't know if I posted a few other places, but we'll see if we get some people strolling on in. I am about to possibly add a little bit to my trade. I've got a trade going right now, but I'm gonna. Until it gets to full drawdown, I'm going to probably add a few contracts every so often if I see some dips. But what do you want to talk about?
Well, we can talk about your trading. We can talk about that copy service we're doing through Pam Bridge.
Oh yeah, if you want to pull up Pam Bridge and we go through that because that's been doing quite well for both of us.
Yeah, of course.
As much as I have some concerns, it's really been consistent. I don't know if you noticed though the referrals. So I had somebody do a withdrawal, but of their profits, and it seems like they lower for the bonuses and stuff. They lower how much referral money you have based on what they pull out, as if they're pulling out their principal.
Huh.
So that's
you can certainly ask Pam Bridge about that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know if it's Pam Bridge because technically it's the referral rewards is actually PIP. I guess that does them, but anyways, other than that, it's been doing quite well. I've been earning. Well, we both are in the same, so it's been quite hefty. What was last month? It was like 20% or something like that.
This doesn't show you by month. Yeah, it was something. It's crazy good.
You can go back a month, but log in. I'll see if I can get to it too.
Can't seem to get it to go back a month. I mean, so far we're at like 3% and it's day 4 of the month, but I mean they didn't trade Monday, so 3% in 2 days is pretty damn good.
Yeah, and I guess they're like part of the Trudy bot. They're actually a group that's been around for a while, from what I'm hearing or understanding. I forgot to send somebody the link for the live. I
mean, nowadays, where can you put in, what I do, $136 and I'm up to 210.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm up. Yeah, good little chunk. Oh yeah, this month you can do this week today, but can you do past? Weird. All strategy. Yeah, I guess weird. Yeah, you can't see the past ones, which is odd. But yeah, 3% like just in 2 days. So it's pretty crazy. It's been quite nice to see the results, but obviously you never know. But gotta love the random DMs from people.
86% win rate.
And it has taken losses, but they are very few and far between.
Yeah. They usually, if they take a loss, they usually do end up taking a win that at least, breaks even or, 0.5% more. So seems to be working out fairly well. I know I was looking at yours. You must be doing, you're up 40% as well on like 1,700 or something like that. So you're over $2,000 already, which is insane.
Well, I got a little bonus dollars. So I had some referrals that totaled the 5K. So I got a little bonus $500 there. But other than that, yes, that's what's there. Oh, my trade is going nicely towards me, but I wanted to add more. Damn it. Oh, well. Oh, green is green. I got a nice little candle there, put me in profit. So we'll see what happens there. Keep watching it for a second. So mine's a little inflated. I make the same amount as you. I just happened to get that, which was a nice bonus. And I guess those are referral dollars. I've been compounding them for now. I will start pulling out of that one, but for now I'm compounding.
Then for anybody in print ARB, kind of took it upon myself to, we had some money from the PAM we were doing with Bill that was just sitting there. So I threw it in with these guys, and it's already up almost 8% in a little over a month. So
nice. There we go. So and then what we'll do is we'll do this. Sorry, one other thing. I got a message off. And then I have a few things to talk about. So yeah, and I've got I guess 2K in there now. I'm going to start ROIing it soon, just to get my initial out, and then let it run. And it's been pretty awesome. Hold on one second. Sorry, I am almost done what I'm doing. Sorry, guys, I'm a little distracted. Is anybody talking in the comments? I haven't looked.
Nope, nobody's talking in the comments yet.
Yeah, I think it's back into the swing of things, but so we'll go through some things. Probably not to go too long today. Now that I've got myself all figured out here. So yeah, pretty awesome with that one. And like I said, there is some. Like I said, some concerns I have with the group and how they run things, but it all in all, you guys, I guess you were seeing Flex and stuff. They had been in there for a long time, so there really wasn't anything too crazy there. Like they'd found them a long time ago and seemed to be doing well, and they've been there since 2018. So there's also lots of positives. So I can't get too
well
about it.
When I say we've known them, like I said, we did the trade Trudy bot with them. That did well.
Yeah.
They stopped that because they found people were cheating the system pretty much and not paying them their cut. So that's why they stopped. Other than that, I've been happy with the progress so far.
Yeah, and it's manual trading, so there's no bot that kind of get blown, and they're really just taking one trade a day, getting in, getting out, and then spreading the profits around, which is pretty crazy. So, so all in all, some pretty big positives there, which is kind of neat. Other than that, if we go to Flex, of course, Flex has their decks out. For the people that are in the private investment FIRA, there's anything to go, I guess, anything you want to talk about there?
We got the dome, both domes up. I will be up there Father's Day weekend. So I might take some videos or pictures of the domes.
Yes, I was hoping to come join you with my wife and I, but unfortunately we've got a house closing that weekend, so we're going to be tied up with stuff, a sale of a property we have. So unfortunately I wasn't going to be able to make a last minute trip because we were quite excited about it. Let me just put you on. There we go. I don't know if you're visible, but hopefully the wife's not visible. But I delivered a non-alcoholic beverage. I haven't been drinking in a while, actually. Took a little break. So hopefully we're going to have revenue coming in from there. The CDUs are also being rented, so a bunch of stuff happening there, which is great. So we'll start seeing
the excavator is fully rented out for the rest of the year, I believe. Bill is going to buy us another one or two of those.
Sweet.
So
there's been a little bit of room here and there for people to compound in, but that's going to change soon too. Is that still on board?
Yes, that's we're going to change it so as people pull out, the cap actually shrinks. So pretty soon, the more you have, the better type deal.
Yeah, when people pull out, I guess there'll be a little bit of a hit to everybody, just because you'll have to pay out the person that's leaving. But after that, it'll be huge because it'll just keep building.
Can I click on that? I can't click on that. So quarter mile, they're doing about 0.5% to over 2.5% a day. Weekly average is about 5%, 3 to 5%.
Yeah, week. That's for it's pretty crazy. No worries, quarter mile. We're kind of lonelier today since we're still getting back into the swing of things. I think it's going to take us a bit to get people watching, but yeah, Pip Logic, no worries. Yeah, like you just said, 3 to 5% ish a week on average, because they don't trade on Fridays.
They try not to trade on high, like red folder days either. Or if they do, it's later in the day after the news. Like today they did 0.61%. Yesterday they did 2.37%. And I'm scrolling back a little bit here. And it looks like last month was 16.71% total.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But 2.5% weekly. What about 1 to 2.5% a week.
Yeah, it's awesome. So that's really, really good and kind of neat to see how that's going. And like I said, it's something that theoretically there's no real. You've got a live trader trading the money unless they go and blow the accounts royally, which again they seem to use very structured ways of doing it. To blow the accounts would just be detrimental to the entire process. And it's a third-party company. The PAM Bridge is not owned by PIP. They just, I mean, it feels that way a little bit, but I guess according to them, and I did message them about it and ask some questions about it, it doesn't sound like they're actually owned by them and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I am in a trade, so I'll talk about that a little bit maybe for a moment. Pack trading group. So I'm going to become a pretty big advocate of that. I'm going to actually start doing a lot of content for them. It's actually us, like sort of. I'm not necessarily like a owner of the pack trading group, but I definitely am a big part of the pack trading group, and am quite excited to keep doing what we're doing there. So along with Mickey and I were developing a training course, which we've done a free version of, which I told everybody about it here. Everybody had the opportunity to be involved in it and get involved in this free trading course. It was pretty fantastic information that actually took me to another level when it came to my trading personally, which is pretty awesome. I'm just going to do, what am I doing? I want to do... I'm still growing. I'm still learning a lot of the one neat thing that's really helped me huge is I started trading live for the pack members between 12 and 3. And there was a couple of reasons for it, mostly selfish, to be honest with you, as to why I did that. I don't want Chrome tabs. I want window. This is why I'm screwing up. So share that. My screen looks a little, I want to clean up things on my screen, but anyways, I'm up $64. I meant to go in with a little higher, contracts, but it's okay. I'm going to let this trade play out. I'm actually going for a fairly deep target, but I'm going to peel some profits off as we get up here, or I'll leave it run overnight. In essence, we're using a tool that we have called the gunship, which this one's sort of showing the trades, but the idea is the trade shouldn't go any lower than this based on averages, and it could hit as high based on averages up here. So it's got these are talking about the median MFE and MAE, which is just your medians on how high the trade could go for you and how low it can go. I thought I had percentages up here, but I must have. I had some settings here where it actually showed. Oh, there we go. So based on the last, I think I can't remember the timelines. I got to talk to Austin again and get more information on this. But based on the last, I'm gonna say, because I'm on the 5-minute chart, probably 30 days or whatever, there's a 52% chance it'll hit here based on the past. So 50-50 for a fairly nice R trade is pretty sweet. So I'm in this one. Like I said, we're in profit right now. I'm fully expecting it potentially to come back down here. We're kind of in a little bit of a range right now. And so I'm going to see how that goes, but we'll go through that one a little later. So in essence, if anybody is interested in the pack trading group, we are starting a new round of the course. It will be $100 this time for up to 3 months, 2 to 3 months, depending on how long we take to get all the content out. And yeah, after that, you can walk away, or you can stick around and join the pack at the $60 a month if you choose to, but it's really up to you. I can say with certainty, if you're a trader or even thought about trading, this course adds value. So, and I should have pulled it up actually. Bear with me a second. I'll see if I can pull up some info on my trading. Top Step might have a little breakdown. It's not going to be a massive breakdown because I've actually only been trading for 3 days on this new account. But I'm at 1800, I think. 1582. So I'm at 1582 on one account. And I've got another account that's up 675. And they've both been just in the past 2 to 3 days, which is pretty crazy. And it's just been taking fairly safe trades. I haven't had huge losses. I've been being very disciplined when I'm trading live with the group. I do have my own account still that I do sometimes mess up and stuff, but my growth that I've gone through over the last 2 months has been pretty insane in a good way. So I'm pretty excited for that. So if people have thought about trading and have a desire to trade, I would highly recommend this being a place you try out. At $100, it's cheaper than most training programs that are out there, and I can, without a doubt, tell you that you'll get better value from that per dollar for that than any other trading group I've seen. And I've been in a lot of different trading groups over time. So yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find. This is I just want to count numbers and stuff. So I'm just trying to see which account I want to look at past trading. Is this the one? And see if I can pull up some info. That's the other one. And what I'll probably do at some point is I'll do some live trading on like YouTube and stuff at some point. Okay, this doesn't tell the account number, so let me see if I can share this instead. In our lives, I usually try and do a trade, but sometimes it's always hard to if they don't present themselves. But the Gunship, this new tool that Austin's developed, has been pretty phenomenal. And usually around this time, we will see opportunities for trades. So hopefully more often in our blockchain after hours, I can do some trading with you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't find where I have you and I live for some reason.
There it is.
So that I can actually change anything. Let's go here.
Looks like your trade's going well.
Yeah, it's starting to pump up again, so that's good. Stop, replace screen sharing with. I'm going to head over to Chrome tab. Too many. You know what? I'm just going to do the window. Hopefully, I don't flash anything I shouldn't, but let's just do that. Window there. Oh, that's not an entire screen. So this is my 3 days. So these are live trades that I did. I'll see if I can pull up my other account in a second where I can show you me passing the account. I was more aggressive with the account as I was passing it. So basically to pass these prop accounts with Top Step, you have to make $3,000. And so I go more aggressive when I'm passing it. These were trades I took, and I got a really nice trade the other day. This one would have been similar to this day because the trades played out actually really similar, but I didn't size right. So I was too light compared to what I meant to do. Otherwise, I would have had actually two $900 days, which are pretty crazy. And then today I was pretty cagey because it was a very rangy day. I'll show you in a minute. But the day didn't move very much in the afternoon, so I ended up not pulling out that much profit, but I still was green, which is really the main thing, right? Average winning trades, winning percentage, obviously quite nice, and losing trades is quite low. So this is kind of some neat data to show you exactly how to do. Give me a quick second. I'm going to stop and I'm going to see if I can pull up this account, but the version that I passed, just to show you guys all the live stuff. There it is. So a little more aggressive, but I passed it in 6 days, it looks like.
We don't see anything.
I'm just pulling it up, sorry.
Okay.
Dashboard share. So this is May 22nd to May 30th, and basically just some pretty stellar days. One day looks like I ended up with a loss, but that's okay. Those happen. But overall, passed the account in 6 days. And all trades that I felt very comfortable on the charts with. Like I'm sure, Hidden, you can probably attest to this when you've been doing trading, the stress you sometimes could feel when you're going through it and the trades maybe not going your direction and stuff like that. I definitely took drawdown during all these, but that doesn't mean that, but I wasn't stressing about it. I made trades that were systematic, using statistics that we use inside the pack trading group, using systems that we use inside the pack trading group to make me feel a lot of peace on the chart. I was doing it with other people watching me, which might seem crazy, but it really helped me develop my discipline because I was trying to be even more cautious than I would be personally with my trades because I had people watching me. And that might sound crazy at first, but it's been the single best thing for me to change my habits and to actually create profitability for myself. And this has kept me way more consistent than I've ever been, because usually what happens, and what my biggest problem was when trading, is I'd have 5 winning days. I'd be 1 day away from passing the account, and I'd blow it the last day because the day would maybe not play out the same way my other days did, and I'd get emotional, or I'd get a little bit too attached to a trade and either take a trade too long at a drawdown, or I'd take a trade or I'd take too much risk and take it off from there. Hey, Chris. So Chris is in the pack with us as well. So he has great fun with us, and you've been just going through the training course, so you could probably even say how you felt about it, and how it's hopefully helped you. If you have any comments to say, that would be awesome. So yeah, so that's basically it. So that's the account I passed, and I did this all live with the pack trading. And the other one where I showed you how much I've made so far in the last 3 days, that was all in front of the pack. And I'm only going to trade these top step accounts with the pack. So I'm trading them always live so that I can keep myself accountable and all that kind of stuff. The other accounts like this one here that I'm trading right now, these are the accounts I do by myself. So because I still want to trade by myself too. It's not like I want to just trade as part of the pack, but these are ones that I'm trading on my own. And as I said, I've taken, well, Chris would know what a gunship move is, but it's basically an indicator that, or not an indicator, it's a system of strategies that Austin put together and has created basically a system where we can look at those trades live as they play out and then make our own decisions on how they're playing. So for instance, this gunship, if actually was to put the boxes in here, this might look really confusing, but these are the trades that we're playing with during the day. And as you can see, they don't always hit the full take profit, but what you're doing is either scaling in, scaling out, or you're taking profit part way up based on how you want to manage your trade. So oftentimes I would have taken at least half my profit off when I hit halfway between entry and here. And then the rest of it I would have moved potentially into a break-even stop loss so that I can lock in the trade, at least the portion of the trade that I've been going through. And so, like I said, this may look messy. We're going to actually do, so to join the pack now, you have to go through the boot camp. And then once you go through the boot camp, you'll get access to stuff like this. This is all the proprietary stuff that you get as a pack member. And this stuff is really where your game can start excelling. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you didn't have to, and I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I appreciate you putting some comments. So Chris just writes, the training has been great for me. Most importantly, it has been able to walk me through putting together a trading plan and sticking to it as much as possible. And this is the thing that I find that you don't see in a lot of other trading groups. A lot of other trading groups want to get you straight to making money. And a lot of that means copy trading, giving you some simple strategy that works half the time. But if you don't know all the ins and outs of the strategy, you're not going to handle it as well as the guy that is on the screen showing you his trades that he's picking, hand picking to show you guys. And so that's a really great thing, Chris, to say. And that part of it, like I said, is one of the things that I think makes it stand out over everything else that's out there. So, and yeah, so we're up right now. If I hit kind of this high for the 3 hour, so this is a 3 hour box that's been drawn. And if this 3 hour box breaks out, this is the 1800 open. I'm in a long, which is a little bit weird because technically with a quarters trade, which we do in the pack, we've created a high here and a low technically. So the trade can kind of go either way. And this happens sometimes in the 1800, but we had a really picture perfect quarters day today. So this is a 3 hour quarter window. I know this looks really big and I'm sorry, it's kind of messy, but actually let me get rid of some of this stuff. So 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock is a quarters. And so this is some of the stuff we learn in the pack and some of the trading that is public knowledge because we talk about it even in the free one. But in a quarter, in a 3 hour quarter or even a 1 hour quarter, oftentimes you're going to set the high or the low in the first part of the hour like you did here. And you're going to set the opposite. So in this case, a low to high in the fourth quarter. And then everything else happens in the middle. So in this case, the 3 hour quarter, you've set your low here and you set your high in the third quarter. I know that looks funny, but anyways, that's stuff I'll go into and I'll probably make videos on it, but it's just lots of cool stuff. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking your ear off, Hidden, but
no, you're good. I'm listening. I'm learning.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So the idea here is when the market opens at 1800, oftentimes it does crazy things. And I would have actually been really happy to be in a long here when it opened up. I would have looked at it at some point. What time did this happen? That's 1800. Yeah. So that long kicked in towards the end though. So yeah, so that's that. That's the pack trading. So if anybody's watching that, wants some more information about that, reach out to me on the Discord. What else did I say I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the so let me pull up Social Trader. I just want to make sure my account number is not showing, so I'm going to go actually right here. Let's go into dashboard. I don't think my account number shows here. So I did a video on these guys earlier this week. I guess it came out, or maybe last week. And this has been pretty fantastic. This has been pretty crazy. And the nice thing is you can use prop firms, so I'm not using my own money for this technically. So let's replace this screen with this. So I'll just show you that. Yeah. So this is Social Trader. So basically, it acts as a copy trader, and it's copy trading their bot. And this is the performance since the 23rd. And basically, how this account works, it's $1,000 account, which I've passed. So it's like a prop firm, like what we do for futures trading, but this is Forex. And so this is an account that I started with $1,000, and it's with the concept trading. I don't think it'll let me. Oh, I'll do this. Trying to bounce around a little bit, guys. So bear with me, and let me share this tab instead. So what happens is, I grabbed the cheapest account because I just wanted to put very little money in and just try this out. So I bought this $97 account. They had a deal going on where you saved, I think, 35%. So it cost me like 60 something bucks for this account. So nothing. I started with $1,000 and I had to first pass the account. So I didn't make any money when I did this. But in 2 weeks, I was able to get the 6% I needed to pass the account. And so I went from an intern to a level 1 account. This is now a funded account for $1,000, and the goal is to make 6% again. And I can't go into drawdown more than 4%. So I can't go into from my 1,000. I can't go. What would that be? $4 or $40 into the negative. So I can't go to 960. And my goal is to get to 1,000. Or sorry, I can't go to 960, and my goal is to get to 1,060. And when I get to 1,060, I then get a payout of $30. I get only half of the payout. This is how these guys work. But when I get that half, my account grows, and now it becomes a $1,700 account. And then I get a $51 payment, which is half of the 6% I earn. And then it goes to 2,800, and then it goes and it keeps going up every level. So my goal is to try and pass these levels every 2 weeks. I want to be careful with that. I'll probably slow down once I get to some larger payouts. But the idea would be to keep passing these every 2 weeks and then grow this account. So in another week, I should be at this one. Then 2 weeks later, that one, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And then before the end of the year, potentially I could be at $1 million. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Who the hell knows? But at that point, as you can see, when you start getting these lower levels, you're making 17,000 every time you hit your 6%. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No, I was just laughing.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be documenting this journey. I am going to grab a second account with the same bot, but I'm going to go with a little bit of a different account. So the Premier one and the Executive one, which is a little more expensive, but you start with $17,000 and it's funded right away. So with this one, your payout matrix, you start right away with a $595 payout after your first 7% you make. So it's a little different. You get 7%. Your max drawdown is a little bit bigger. And the idea will be, and I'll take this one slower because it's a bigger account that can actually go to 5 million. I don't want to lose it. So I'll be using the same bot. So going back over here, as you can see, this 4% has been earned since 2023, since the 23rd. So we're talking live trading days. Well, I guess it shows it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're almost at 2 weeks. So we're a little slower this time. And we're almost, we only have another $20 to go. I was going to speed up the process on this one, but this week is NFP week, so I didn't want to go too crazy. And as you can see, it performed a little bit slower this week, but not that crazy. It's just, it has been a more volatile week. So it's gotten into drawdown a little bit more. So yeah. So quarter mile, what you have to keep in mind with that is, you can go slower at first, right? So yes, for this account, I'm at 1x. I don't know if it shows it on here, but I'm at 1x. So when I get the new account at 1,700, I'm going to probably stay at 1x, build a little buffer first until I get to 1 or 2 or 3%, and then I'll up the risk to kind of do that. So you're right, it can historically have some drawdowns, but you have to be careful. And I believe the one that has 4 to 5% historical drawdowns is the 2K one in their group. I could be wrong. So yeah, so you might be okay. We're shutting the bot down. And yes, sorry, and you're right. And that's something I definitely plan to do, quarter mile, and this time I will not turn it off because I'm at $40. I have 4, 5, 6, I have 8% room now, because it's not a 4% trailing drawdown, it's 4% of your original amount. So I have 8% to work with, so I'm okay taking my chances on Friday and letting it play itself out. So I'm not going to turn it off. But and even in my video that I made, I did say that I said my plan is to turn it off during news if I haven't built a buffer on any accounts I activate. So you're 100% right, quarter mile, and that's a very safe way to do it. You'll want to be careful of that, because really, truly, when you've got an account like this that's growing like this, protection should be your biggest. Like, there is no need to rush this, because when you start getting to things like this, you're not going to care if it takes you an extra 3 weeks to make that money. Like, right? So slowing it down will be key, and protecting the bot will be key when I start getting to bigger amounts. The only reason why I'm going a little bit more aggressive and not worrying about doing it is A, I've built some buffer already, and B, this is a $60 investment. As soon as I get this first payment, I'll already be halfway ROI'd. And if I get the second payout, I'm totally ROI'd. And so my goal is to get it to a point where I'm making more meaningful income from it, because $87 a month is not going to make or break my life. But $6,000 a month will, or $6,000, even $3,000 a month if I take 2 months to pass this one, will change it, right? So, or will help very drastically. So yeah, no, I totally get your point and agree. Any questions or comments on that by you guys, or hidden?
So you get that payout once you pass it, correct? It's not like a weekly, bi-weekly thing.
No. So what happens with these guys, they're actually pretty neat. So the second my account hit this amount, the $60, they actually, unlike a lot of prop firms, I think you've even played with some, if you go over the amount and then you close it down, and you maybe, with fees and everything, you end up being below the amount you need, you then have to trade again or something to try and get that extra money you need. With these guys, they actually immediately shut your bot down automatically as soon as it hits the profit factor. So as soon as this hit 1060, they shut it down right away, no matter what trades it was in, and they send me an email and say, your payout's ready, send us your invoice. And you send them an invoice and get your payout. And within minutes of that, they're actually already setting up, or within an hour or two, they're already setting up your new account with your new balance.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. Sorry, let me just.
I'd be the one to see how fast we can push it.
Well, especially with this one, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely going to go gangbusters with this one, just because I shouldn't say I don't care if I lose it, but it's going to hold. Like I said, it's going to hold so much more value if I can get this to 100, that like a bigger account, which has the ability to do. Sorry, Cormac. Awesome, thanks. Can you show where to close positions and stop bot maybe planned? Yeah, so I definitely can do that. I don't want to go to the screen if it shows. So I don't close positions, to be honest with you. You can, I believe, through MT5. I should see that, because MT5, and that's the one problem with this bot. For Americans, you guys can't use MT5 in some situations.
See, that's funny, because we can, where I am at, like, they actually stopped MT4 for a while and forced us to MT5.
Oh, weird. And right now it's actually not even in a trade, so I can't even check it, because it does sometimes not take trades. Oh yeah, and here's the closed trade, so you can see the trades, and it does take losses or profit. Here it is here. So there's like an 8-cent loss, $1.95 loss. Like, it does take losses. And like I said in my video, and I don't know if I told you this hidden, but I actually was in with my original account that I was trying to pass. I actually hit like 3% drawdown, 3.5% drawdown. Now I had a buffer, so it didn't matter. It wasn't going to blow my account or anything, but it recouped that within 24 hours. And that was during CFP, which is one of our biggest news days you'll ever see for Forex. And that was the last day of, I think it was, let's say the 30th of May. Was I on this account? Yeah, so no, it couldn't have been the 30th, because the 30th was this one. So it was like, anyways, I can't remember exactly what day it was, but anyways, it hits like $30 worth of, 30 to $40, I think, even so, even 4% drawdown, and it ended up recouping that within 24 hours, and then away it went, which was pretty cool to see it do that and take itself out of drawdown. It's not a grid bot. It's a grid bot ish, but it's not a martingale kind of thing where it keeps doubling up kind of thing till you're screwed. So it really handled the drawdown well. And as you can see, it's not just taking one asset either. It's in between New Zealand CAD, Great British Pound, Euro and USD, AUD and New Zealand, and AUD and CAD. So it's got I mean, obviously this is its primary one, but it spreads out a little bit to the risk and stuff.
It's not showing anything.
Oh, sorry, I didn't switch back to the screen. So yeah, so there it is there. And yeah, 2.79. May 25th. Oh, that's daily. Oh, that's monthly. Sorry. So yeah, so May, but that was only a certain amount of days. So daily, there we are. So there's your loss, your loses. So on Monday it was 22 winners, 4 lot losers, 30 winners. Like it does pretty darn good. Wednesday was all winners. If you need to keep the private. So this isn't the MetaTrader screen. I don't have the MetaTrader on here. This is just the copy trader. So it technically is the same screen, quarter mile, I guess. As for the MetaTrader, so I can show it up on the screen. I'm going to have to stop sharing this. And I did share it on my video this way as well. But I mean, on my screen, you can see it's kind of hard to read, but that's the history. So that's the past trades that it did today. Yeah, it's not really showing it that well. I don't know if I can blow mine up, but take you off for 2 seconds, but then it's, oh, there we go. So that's the trades today that it took. And as you can see, it took some losses and stuff, but that's all live on my MetaTrader. So, oh, is that doing all of them? Positions? Oh, that's doing all of them. It's not even today. That's going back throughout the whole thing. So this is the whole account. So that's the whole account starting at $1,000. You should be able to see that at the top and going down to the other. So yeah, pretty sweet. And this is a guy who was actually in PGV with me. Like I've known him for a long time, and he's been screwed just like the rest of us. And he and a partner of his have basically developed this bot over the last little while. Like anything, there is risk involved. So please, don't start jumping like crazy. But the other thing about this, compared to anything else I've found with bots and algos, and again, Hidden can probably attest to this, most of it costs like thousands of dollars for you to get into it, or you need to have massive accounts. They hadn't tried it with prop firms yet. I told them, I said, I'm going to try this with a prop firm. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But they're only charging $50 for this bot a month, and you have to pay $20 for Social Trader. So at $70 a month, even on this stupid cheap account I got, as much as it's not going to ROI me right away, even this one, once I get to like month 3, I'll be covering my expenses at that point. Now I'll have to do some catch up, but again, once you hit any of these other ones, these will start being my catch up, right? Obviously, if I do get this account, or when I set this account up, if I get to one payout, it's going to by far help me hugely. It'll take 2 payouts to pay off this account purchase, but after that, this is going to ROI me super quick. Oh, sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So if I wanted to stop everything, yes, I can go straight to Social Trader. And again, I don't know. Actually, I don't think this will show me.
So with that, you would pause the copy trade into a Social Trader, and then you would go into your MT5 terminal and cancel your trades that way.
Yeah.
Manually.
And I think you can cancel them in here. And maybe not, eh?
I don't think so, unless that's a new feature. But when we were using it, you had to actually physically cancel it on MT5.
Yeah, there you go. But you can stop the copier here, which, for instance, if you have no trades active, because let's say you're going, like right now, for instance, I have no trades active. So if I did want to turn it off for Friday, tomorrow when I saw a point where there's no trades, I could just stop the copier and be good for that day. Sorry, quarter mile. Hopefully that kind of answers you. I babble sometimes, as you guys know. So yeah, so that's that. The other one that is doing quite well, and this is something that I was experimenting. So I don't know if some of you remember, and some of you maybe were in it, depending on who's watching this. But we had the Pulse. It was a project that somebody tried to do. The hope of it was to have these magic prop firms all set up, and they would manage it all for you. You didn't have to think about anything. They had all these marvelous trading bots they were going to put on there with these crazy algos, which were amazing. Blah blah blah. All of it was bullshit. So in that group, we've been trying to find stuff. This is actually going to be one that we're going to possibly get some of them on to help ROI them the bullshit money they lost. But one of the other ones is a little more expensive. It's VectorBot, and it's been doing quite well now. We actually just pulled our first $2,000 out from it, and because we have 14 past Apex accounts. Yeah, which is pretty huge. I'm going to go into here and I'll show you what it's been doing. So I say we. So one of the guys that helped pay for this bot to get this started, to give us an option for a solution. I'm not going to go into him or whatever, but so he's helped us by having the accounts. I have one account inside of this. Let me see if I can pull this up. The rest of the accounts are his, and I'm helping him run it, so I get a little bonus from him, kind of thing. But yeah, no kidding, Chris. Many of us do. So this is the bot's performance. Basically, I've just been documenting the performance. We had a little bad day there. This was a little bit bigger of a loss than it should have been, but there was a hidden order. But as you can see, when you actually scroll up, well, you don't even have to see. So these are the account. If I pull this up, if I can blow that up, there we go. So these are the accounts. This top one is mine, and the rest of these are his. And basically, the idea is once you get to $53,400, you then can request $1,000 payout. So every one of these accounts, as you can see, have grown. This one's a new one. This one's a brand new one. We had a little trouble with some when I was trying to figure out how to set up the bots and stuff. But in the most part, we've taken $1,000. Actually, sorry, $1,000 out of this one, I think, and this one. Two of the accounts we pulled $1,000 off of, and this one's about to hit it. So if we get one winning trade tomorrow, kind of thing, this one will hit enough to pull out $1,000 from it. And then this one will be close after maybe 2 trades. And as you can see, this one here is getting close to. So the hope is that we can start getting. I hopefully you guys can understand what I'm showing here. But the idea is, you can basically start making about, like with these 14 accounts, we can basically start making $1,000 a week minimum is my expectation now, as long as we don't have any crazy losing days in a row, where we start losing our edge, kind of thing here. But the idea is, yeah, we can, if we get our lowest winning days are around, usually we can walk out with at least $90. And if it's a full win, it's usually this 260 based on the strategy I'm using. And then a loss can be up to $400 max, but I'm usually managing the trade. It's one trade it takes a day. So yeah, so pretty neat, and doing quite well. But this one costs, it's supposed to be 10K. I believe they're letting anybody I bring into them for 6,000, but it's not cheap. And then you have to buy all these accounts. So, I mean, it's not the perfect system, but it really has been, now that we've kind of got our feet under us and chose the right strategies and stuff, it's hoping to be quite a cash benefit. So, sorry. So that one's just kind of another cool one that now that we've gotten to a payout, I'm going to start showing off probably a little bit more often. They also started a crypto trading algorithm too, which is pretty cool. Sorry, PDSD. Can you just stop the chatbot from opening trades but still let it close open trade? Yes. So you might know this, Hidden, because you use Social Trader. I'm just wondering, if you stop it from copying the trades that are existing, if you don't go and close them, will it close them?
No, because it's not receiving the signal. That's the only down. That and the fact that we're not the ones running the EA, if that makes sense. That would be my only other kind of,
That's your risk point too. And if they're watching it, they can choose to shut it down. So if they feel there's any huge risk, it'll be in their best interest to shut it down for everybody so that it doesn't blow everybody's accounts. So there's that if they happen to. But I mean, there's risk with anything, right? So you have to be careful and have to manage things properly. They do have another one that's performing even better. I think it's like, where is it? I got it here. I think it's like 20-something% last month or something. Actually, I can pull up all their, because they have a link to all their, what is that? Forex? What's the friggin' current bots? MyFX book.
MyFX book, yeah.
I showed this on the video that I made for them. Continue MyFX book. And
same idea, connect through Social Trader.
Sorry?
Same idea with it. You connect through.
Yeah, exactly. Presume so. And this is their bots that they've done. Let me just pull it up here. Yeah, so the chatbot, this is the one I have. So it's been doing quite well for me. They've got this one here. They just call it 2K Journey. It doesn't need to be 2K. He said he's had it running with a $500 account and it's done well, but it's done 38%, and that's that was not. I think it hit a month not that long ago.
Interesting.
Yeah, May 1st. So this one's going to be a little more expensive. They're just finalizing the idea behind this one. But one of the thoughts is there'll be a setup fee potentially for it, and then it'll be a larger monthly fee than the $50. But I mean, you put $1,000 into this, you're covering your nut pretty quickly if it keeps going. So, but again, it's Forex. We all know what that can do, right? If you watch the trades, and I've watched them a few times, the way it manages itself is pretty sweet, and it doesn't over leverage. It doesn't do the same things I've seen out of all the other ones. Like with my bot, like the one that I'm running, because I've got it on the lowest risk setting with $1,000. It's like I'm hitting max $4 or $5 drawdown sometimes, and there's other trades that are in there that sometimes are already offsetting it. So like I never really see a massive number other than that one day during CFP, and it'll be interesting to see what happens on Friday with NFP, how that ends up going. So pretty happy with how it's gone, and like I said, I know the guys are trying really hard and they want to create something pretty cool, and they're pricing it really nicely for everybody to get into, right? And they're not doing crazy marketing and referrals and all this stuff. I just offered them to do this. I get a little kickback from their affiliate link on a monthly basis kind of thing as a thank you for showing people off to it. But I'll keep probably talking about this weekly, and I'll probably do update videos weekly, just keeping on showing where I'm at and how my accounts are doing. And it'll be pretty exciting with the second account that I open on the weekend. So yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything else from you, Hayden?
No, that's pretty much it.
We've had a little bit more stuff than we usually have had in a while, so this is nice.
I think things are finally starting to turn around for the market too, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, mine broke a little higher and then came down a bit, but I'm still in a good trade here, so I'm going to probably let this one run and set a little. I take some profit off. I kind of wish I had a bigger position in this. I meant to put a bigger position in, but I should go to replace screen so everybody can see how my trade's doing. Take that off. So I'm in this one here. I probably would have gone more like because this is a 50K evaluation, so I need to pass it. Basically, you need about $1,000. Well, you can make anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a day, and you'll pass the account within the 5-day structure that it gives you. So my goal is to try and get that. I have only been trading it for 1 day, and I've got 1,500 already. So I'm looking forward to getting that closer and closer in the first few days. Tomorrow I'll probably take it. The next 2 days I'll probably take it pretty easy, but yeah. Did we talk about? We did talk about Flex, but that's okay. We can do a quick synopsis again. Hayden, do you want to take that one?
Sure. We got our domes. The dome's finally up. So the first dome is up and rented for most of June and July, I believe. Second dome, we're waiting on the Canadian government to do their job at stealing money from us. And then that'll be listed. We got Sea-Doos. The excavator has been rented for the rest of the year. Bill's looking into buying us 2 more of those, either one large one or 2 smaller ones. The Cow Bay house, I think it was. We might actually finally have a buyer for it. So that's
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that money's been tied up doing nothing because we weren't able to rent it or anything, eh?
Not rented. I can't remember. Is that what he sent us, like $10K in dividends for? Kind of like a sorry, or like a preemptive, this is for your half of what we're selling type thing.
Oh, I thought that was a trade that he did or something, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's been so many things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nothing crazy, but definitely things moving in the right direction. And it should be neat to hopefully to see some pretty consistent payouts coming now that there's revenue coming on a regular basis again. And look at that, trade's going against me hard, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave this one alone. But I'll probably leave this to hit or miss, and I'll take a look at it before I go to bed. But if it hits up here, I'll take half the profit off. So yeah, so sorry, Richie, that was kind of a quick synopsis. Oh, I don't have the. Are you guys seeing the trade up here?
Yeah.
Okay, weird. It actually, I think to save energy on my system, it's not showing me it on my screen, so it makes me. Do I have it there? That's funny. So yeah. All right. Well, Richie, thanks for joining late. You're welcome to go back and rewatch, but we're kind of shutting it down now. But yeah, though that was good. We had and unfortunately we didn't have Black here. I guess he's usually here for these, but there's some stuff still waiting. The other ones that we talk about usually on here was Peppermint and Privilege Club. So if anybody is in those, there's really no update other than Danny's, I guess, taking this company to court or something because it wasn't being handled nicely, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty crazy how that one's turned out. And unfortunately, Peppermint's been affected. They say it's a totally separate issue, but it just seems odd that they're both going down and we kind of know about them through the same circle of influence, I guess, if you will. But nothing much happening there. So I'm happy that Pam is doing well. Excited for my trading that's doing well. And then for this other stuff we talked about today, that seems to be finally actually creating some cash flow for us, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks so much, guys. If you're watching the recording, then please do like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. I didn't say that started all this. Yeah, so my trade is going against me, but I'll see if I think about it or if anybody decides to remind me, I'll try and post the trade, how it works out in the morning, because this probably will be an overnight one. The Asian session is kind of a funny one, so it can kind of linger for a while in certain areas. And I'm looking for a fairly big profit, but I'm going to probably manage it. I might change things around. So this is the trade I am in.
Asian market was my favorite market.
It is because it doesn't move like well, again, this one could have been a good one. I probably should have just taken profit up here, but I wasn't quite watching it. And that would have been good to peel off some. And then if it comes down here, I could have bought more back in kind of thing. But I don't trade this market that often, but I want to start trading it when I'm at least the days where I go live with you guys to show you guys some actual trading that I feel comfortable doing. So yeah, anyways, we'll see how that goes and let you know in the morning. Thank you, Quarter Mile, as always, for hanging out and giving us some questions to keep us talking. And we'll talk to you guys.